Okay.
No, Vicky! Welcome to the 2022 Easterseals Disability Film Challenge Meetup. I am so excited. This year, we're all about superheroes because we all are superheroes. And before I move any further, I want to introduce a wonderful, beautiful woman, a friend of mine, who is going to be the ASL interpreter for our event, the beautiful Hope Simon. Thank you, Hope. Thank you for being here. Thank you. This again, it's, what is this, 8 years going on now? I'm losing track of time. I'm losing memory too, but that goes with time. Before we start the 2022 season, we're going to show a little video, a recap of the 2021 Easterseals Disability Film Challenge. So here we go.
So, comes as no surprise, 2020 was a rough year. The global pandemic took us all by storm. Production shut down, the entertainment industry paused, turned to technology to find new ways to tell stories.
After careful review, we're able to relaunch the home edition. These were documentary films, and we had 87 that were shot and produced from all over the world.
I've become the lighting person, the camera person, the editor, and the actor. It's been really great.
I knew I didn't have the best equipment, but I've got stories.
I just really wanted to do a positive documentary about autism.
I have so much to say, and I have to do it in 5 minutes.
To be able to have the opportunity to create was just awesome.
3, 2, 1. Registration is officially open.
Welcome to the 2021 Easterseals Disability Film Challenge.
The film challenge has led to countless opportunities for people with disabilities in front of and behind the camera.
There's everything to gain, but there's nothing to lose. Just go for it, is what I always say.
The abilities that we can show the industry, be it theater, be it modeling, on set.
We have to keep going and we can grow, and that is the right attitude to have.
Who's ready to start these awards? Tonight's award ceremony is being broadcast live. That's right, we're live, baby. Kabam! Look at that.
Every single one in the Film Challenge films are worth watching.
It was just really meaningful to see an event that was catered directly to disabled people, where they were given free rein to make exactly the kind of content they want to make and show what they can do.
You guys are mold breakers. I can't wait to see what you all do next.
You made us all laugh, you made us think, and you did Mockumentary proud.
We're making tremendous progress.
Thank you all for sharing your films, for putting yourself out there, and driving disability inclusion forward.
Thank you, Nick and Easterseals, for this incredible opportunity.
Thank you again.
Now, everybody, let's sit back and let's enjoy the fact that we're all here together. And the fact that most of us still aren't wearing pants.
I love this. I am like, every year I look forward to this. Before I go any further, I do have to say that I am wearing a blue shirt, long sleeve, a blue vest with a superhero tie. That's what I consider it. And my Uncle Ben's ring. So I want to now, the man of the hour, let me throw out some names of shows that you might have heard of. Boardwalk Empire, The Good Doctor, The Sopranos, Drop Dead Diva, Breaking Wind, Aliens and Geeks, just a few credits of this amazing, wonderful, beautiful man. He's a comedian, he's an actor, he's a producer. He is the founder and the director of the Easterseals Disability Film Challenge, Mr. Nick Novicki.
Hello. Thank you so much, David. And thank you to Performing Arts Studio West for allowing us to be here, giving us this platform. We have an amazing event today, including a screening of last year's winners. I'm going to tell you about this year's film challenge. And we have some judges that are with us here today, some special guest judges. You may have seen one of them in the chats, Mr. Danny Woodburn, and he asked, is David wearing pants today? And I gotta say I'm wearing pants today because we're finally starting to come out of the pandemic, so there's no more excuses.
I'm not wearing pants.
He's not, though. He's not. So for those of you that don't know me, and I know we actually have some new people here that are not actually as familiar yet with the Easterseals Disability Film Challenge. And you've learned about us through the Abilities Expo or through online, and you found out about this event. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Nick Novicki. As David said, I'm an actor, I'm a comedian, I'm a writer, producer. I'm also a little person. And I learned early in my career that I had to be in charge of all aspects of my career, learning how to write, to produce, to create my own content. And ultimately, work led to work. And that led to a lot of job opportunities for me. And so 9.5 years ago, I looked around. I was like, why aren't more people with disabilities creating their own work? So I created the Disability Film Challenge, which is a film competition where you need to have somebody with a disability in front of or behind the camera. And you make a film that doesn't have to be about disability in the storyline. It's just about including people with disabilities, making a film based on our assigned genre. Now, this year's genre, as David alluded, is superhero. And I'm going to get more into this year's genre and the prizes and all that information. But I just want to thank all of you. We have so many people that have been a part of the film challenge, that have helped us grow, that have really been a part of this movement to have more people with disabilities in front of and behind the camera. When we started year one, there was a couple films. In year two, there was more. And it just kept growing. And I partnered with Easterseals, Southern California, the nation's largest disability services organization, back in 2017. And to date, we've had hundreds of films, countless success stories, and together we are changing representation. So I have the great honor of introducing the founder of Performing Arts Studio West. And this is really one of my favorite events. Every year I look forward to doing a workshop. Usually it's in person, but the last couple of years, we've been able to continue to do this during the pandemic virtually. And that is thanks to the amazing support of David Zimmerman, Performing Arts Studio West, and all those great people that work at Performing Arts Studio West. Now, I am honored to introduce to you the founder of Performing Arts Studio West, John Paces. John.
Hey, can you see me and hear me?
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, good morning, everybody. What a pleasure to be here. And what a fabulous opportunity for us all to get together. And here I am in my car. And actually, my wife is coming into my car in 1 second here and just starting to speak. Come on in, Megan. There's my lovely wife, also works at Performing Arts Studio West, but we're here with Nick. We're live with everybody. And Nick just gave us a wonderful introduction and just, you know, we're just so proud of you, Nick, and what you have developed over the years, and your insight and your acumen with regard to not only the business aspect of things, but all the work that you have done and all the opportunities that you have provided for people. So thank you for continuing to allow us to be part of this. And we're just absolutely thrilled as always, and so much looking forward to this year's films. And what a wonderful genre that you have chosen this time with regard to superheroes or superhero, because that can take on so many different meanings in today's society. And it's going to be an incredible year this year, and we're really looking forward to it. So thank you for having us. thank you for being here. Thank you for the work that you do, and thank you for everybody that is here. And unfortunately, we got to kind of cut out a little bit because we're in a time crunch with commuting and stuff. But thank you, you guys. Thank you, judges, for being with us. Thank you, David, for helping make all these connections happen. And let's have a great film challenge this year, you guys.
Woo! Well, thank you
indeed.
so much. You truly are so supportive, and I kind of like it that you're on the go right now. I feel like it's fun. we're in the car.
We're lovely Santa Monica, heading back to the east side in just about 2 minutes.
Nice, nice. Well, thanks so much, and I can't wait to see you in person sometime soon.
Oh, absolutely, man. We look forward to it.
Yeah. Well, thanks. So for those of you that don't know, I know we alluded to what the film challenge is. It's making a film that has somebody with a disability in front of or behind the camera. Now, if you go to disabilityfilmchallenge.com, that's going to walk you through how to register, how to get involved, because step one, you have to register. You have to register by April 4th. And then everybody that's registered from around the world will be emailed the assignment. And that's going to include props that have to be incorporated, themes, locations to choose from, so that we know these films were done during the 5 days of April 5 to April 10. And again, this is superhero. So it's going to be a really fun genre, but don't start filming yet, because we really want to make sure that you're doing it during these 5 days so that it's fair from everybody. And we're going to have our judges in a little bit talk about what they like to see, as well as some industry guests that are going to talk about some advice, of ways that you can really help your productions. But real quick, I just want to tell you that this is the year that you want to take part in the film challenge. First and foremost, at the end of the competition, you are going to have your own film. You own that. You're going to be able to submit it to film festivals. You're going to be able to use it as an opportunity for you to get more work in front of and behind the camera. And if you're on here and you don't have a disability and you're thinking to yourself, well, I don't know anybody with a disability, so I can't do this. Let me tell you what, 1 in 4 Americans has some form of disability. I guarantee you, if you post on your social media channel and say, I'm looking for somebody with a disability to be part of my team, you're going to get multiple responses. And within this group, within this Zoom, there is so much talent within Performing Arts Studio West, so many great actors, and there's so many great people with disabilities around the world that will be great in front of and behind the camera. But this year, if you take part in it, the winners are going to get $2,000 grants provided by Comcast, NBC, Universal. You're going to get Dell computers, Adobe Creative Cloud, IMDb memberships, and mentor meetings. Plus, the winning films are going to screen at Academy Award qualifying festivals around the country. Now, I am going to show you a little promo. And then after this promo that shows you about this year's film challenge, we're going to bring on our judges and some special guests to talk about this year's challenge. And they're going to give us some tips and advice from what they like to see. So let's see that promo.
Easterseals Disability Film Challenge. Let's tell our stories. Write a script and produce a short film with this year's genre, superhero. Win prizes. Increase your visibility. Expand your network. And attend our award ceremony. Open to filmmakers with and without disabilities who want to challenge how disabilities are viewed and inspire change. The challenge is from April 5th through April 10th. Register before April 4th at disabilityfilmchallenge.com.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We are going to have some special guests join us here. And as you can see, disabilityfilmchallenge.com. This is going to be where you're going to learn all that information. You're going to learn about the key dates, because this year's film challenge dates are, as I said, April 5 to April 10. We have our awareness campaign, which is happening, where everyone is putting all their films on our YouTube channel, our Facebook channel, and our Instagram channel. They're all going live. And at the exact same time on April 16th, which is a Saturday. Also my daughter's first birthday. So very special day. But we are going to have an amazing campaign where people are going to get likes, views, and shares. And then our award ceremony is May 5th. Now, the judging of this is truly, truly a very difficult process. Some of the judges say they like to get paid in bribes. I don't encourage it, but I can't stop it. Hey, I don't know if any of you follow me on social media, but I posted a little clip last year of two of my good friends that are judges and just amazing advocates in the disability community. And they ripped me a good one about my hair. One of them said, Danny said it looked like I was wearing a toupee, and I wore a gold jacket, which many of you know I love wearing. And, I haven't worn it since. So without further ado, let me introduce two judges to start, and then we're going to bring on some industry professionals. First and foremost, you know him from Seinfeld, from 100 film and TV credits, including last week it was on Station 19, Mr. Danny Woodburn.
Thank you. Nick, you didn't get the note. I'm supposed to be introduced last, right? I don't know why you didn't get that note. Actually, I'm actually surprised I'm here this year. Based on the thank you gift I received last year, which was a Starbucks card, which meant, hey, why don't you go out at the height of the pandemic and get yourself a cup of coffee on us? I felt like you were just trying to off me at that point. So I'm grateful to be here, to be honest. Thanks for the Starbucks card. It remains unused to this day, just so you know.
Well, you know what? I love coffee, so maybe you want to use it on your friend over here. Hey.
Now, where's the bribe happening? Where's the bribe happening?
All right. So now,
Nick, is that your place? Is that your apartment?
This is my apartment right here. I got some fun images over here.
I don't know. Last time I was there, I was just so used to seeing newspapers from 1927 strewn about, so I wasn't sure if you were still there.
Yeah, I still have some of that. Some of that is there. All right, and now let's bring on our other judge, special guest joining to talk about behind the scenes, what they like to see. He's the president of Little People of America. You may have seen him in a film, which is actually up for this year's Academy Awards. It was just nominated, Nightmare Alley. He also does a group breakfast with Danny and myself, and we like to, take over.
It's our own nightmare. It's our own nightmare.
It's our own nightmare. And we hang out in an alley. So without further ado, Mr. Mark Povinelli.
There's my coffee. I used my gift card. That's right. I got no problems going out there and forging my way to get my coffee.
Wow.
Oh, very good. Hey, bud. Oh, you found a brush since we last saw you.
I was about to say, a lot of you think this is very polished and we're all coming together. There's always a scramble right before a virtual meetup event, and we're trying to get everything ready. And talk about a scramble. Mr. Povinelli's hair was really pretty intense before, but now, he's really a hair model.
He is. He's a wild man. He's, as I said earlier, it's the styling is not the ghost of Elvis, but the corpse of Elvis.
Well, luckily, you've given me all of your old combs, Danny, since you don't need them anymore.
No need. This is my comb right here. That's it.
I just want to give you.
I have the hairline of a cruise ship captain.
I'm gonna requote what Danny said last year about my hair. He said it looks like I'm wearing his toupee, and you can actually see him on my Instagram at Nick Novicki. And make sure you follow Danny and Mark and all of our winners that are going to come on later. We're going to see those winning films. So before we bring on two other,
you made a comment, Nick. Shut up. You made a comment that this sort of comes together last minute, and it doesn't look like it. Trust me, it looks like it's coming together last minute. Just so you know, Nick has this amazing power to schmooze. I watch him come into a room and just sort of blow through. And I'm in Palm Springs right now. We have these little mosquitoes called no-see-ums. So they sting you and then they're gone. And you're like, what the hell was that? That's Nick. That's Nick in a nutshell. He's a no-see-um.
If only you didn't have to see him. That's the problem though, Danny. You see he's right there always. Hey!
You know,
That's
I'll
it.
tell you
That's
what.
the move. That's the Nick Novicki. That's the shit. He should have his own dance, I think.
Everybody do the Nick Novicki. Hey!
Hey! Let me tell you what, though. There is a real blessing when you got three little people. We are able to make mosquito jokes more than anybody else in this room against each other. So that is a benefit, and that is a superpower that we have. So, in all honesty,
that superpower not being comedy at this moment, I think. Is the,
hey, when in doubt, let's just laugh and figure out what we're saying next. All right.
Nick's whole philosophy around his stand-up. If I keep laughing, it doesn't matter that other people are silent.
Exactly. You know, that's what I go for. I feel like when everybody doesn't laugh, that's when I make my statement. Yeah. Speaking of
great lecture. It's a great lecture you're giving.
Speaking of statements, you guys have said in the past, in all honesty, and I can't thank you enough for being film challenge judges all these years, for everything you do to honestly really kind of further disability inclusion. You're both unbelievable advocates, and I appreciate you on multiple levels, aside from being good friends that are never afraid to roast me. You know, I encourage it. But in all honesty, you've been judges for now. This is the 9th year. You know, actually, Mark made a film year 1, so you have a couple different points of view here.
Well, and a certain judge didn't pick me the winner.
Oh, well, you know, let's talk to that certain
I'm
judge.
sorry, how did that information get to you?
Well, no. So can you talk through a little bit what you like to see in the films? And Danny, you've been very vocal about saying that you don't want to see people giving us a lesson. Can you talk about what you like to see in a film? What has kind of crossed the line for you?
I just like to see good storytelling, you know. Everybody has a story about themselves. But you know, when you tell the story about yourself, it's hard to be objective. And it can, you know, I think in this community, a lot of times it can come off a little preachy about disability. And I just want to see a good story. It doesn't have to be about disability. I think, you know, the one thing I remember from my communications degree, and Nick can attest because we went to the same college, Marshall McLuhan, a communications philosopher, said, the medium is the message. And what that means to me in this community is that we as performers or artists in this realm are the actual message. We don't have to come at it with a hammer and a chisel and carve it all out and say, this is the whole story of disability. I just think you just tell great stories. I want to see great superhero stories. It doesn't necessarily have to be about your particular disability in that sense, because you're already on the screen and you're conveying that story just through your presence. So that's what I mean by the medium is the message. And and you had said, Nick, about thanking me, and I figured out a way to thank both me and Mark. One of the props should be a canceled check made out to Danny Woodburn or Mark Povinelli for $100, and that should be in the. So I'm just saying that's one of the props. I'm just putting it out there that you could select, right, Mark? That's a good.
That's awesome. And then Mark, I want to hear from you about your point of view. And then right after that, we're going to have David Zimmerman talk about casting, as well as an editor talking about tips and advice, you know, behind the camera with post-production. So Mark, you know, you made a film year 1, you've been judging since. What do you like to see? How could people style their hair like yours? You know, give us anything here.
I'd like to see 5 minutes of someone just playing with their hair. That would win for me.
That's genius. That's very Andy Warhol right there. And I think Mark uses, instead of a comb, he just uses a pillow. He just rubs a pillow on the side of his head.
You know, I think for me, what I get most excited about is building on what Danny said, is that we all, you know, don't worry so much about what you think we want to see. You want to tell the story that's unique to you. You want to find what is that you're passionate about. Find what makes you different from everybody else. And it doesn't have to be something obvious. And really highlight that. Highlight what it is that you've been wanting to say, and worry about getting that message across that makes you unique. The more kind of creative and inventive and stories that, you know, we've now, Danny and I have seen hundreds of films, to be honest, which is awesome. It's so cool. So, you know, we want to see the film we haven't seen yet. So don't be afraid of taking risks, and don't be afraid of just thinking outside the box and making something crazy and far out, because oftentimes those are the ones that are going to catch our eye.
Yeah, some of the winners, like Marilee Talkington, who comes in fairly often. I'm always interested in her film. She's done a couple now where it's just been her, you know, playing multiple roles, or just her sort of emoting, you know, in one location. So, you know, you don't have to get into the whole complexity of, you know, where are we going to shoot this, or how are we going to do this, or how are we going to do that. Sometimes the simplest thing can be the most impactful.
That's great advice. And speaking of that too, you know, let's bring on Matt Bauer, talking about post-production, because I think one thing that I've noticed, and I know from my own career, is that sometimes we want to shoot so much. And David Zimmerman, let's have you on here too. We want to shoot so much in terms of editing, and you know, this has to be done in 5 days. So if you shoot too much content, it is impossible for you to edit it all. So, you know, what Danny said is, you know, sometimes less is more. And that may be the better way for you to be thinking about. You want to make sure that you're finishing your film. How's it going, Matt?
Hey, how
David?
you guys doing?
Good. So Matt, you know, I know we're limited in our time because we're about to see the winning films, and then Danny and Mark are gonna talk to those winners after. So do you have any kind of quick advice for editing, or you know, resources that also you may be able to share in the chat as well?
Of course. Well, off the top of my head, real quick tips, very helpful. I wish, honestly, I knew these getting into the editing aspect of it all beforehand. Is like, the first thing is figure out who's shooting this thing. If you're not shooting it and editing it, if you're just editing it, then try to get in touch with anyone who is operating the camera as well as the sound. Have a discussion about like how you're going to get all those files, because that could be such a hair-ripping moment when you realize, oh, the shooting's done, and you're like, oh, time to edit. And you don't even know how you're getting the clips, what type of clips they are, etc. So always keep an ongoing conversation with the production side of things, preferably beforehand as well as during the shoot. Another big thing that I love to do is pretty much when you do, depending on your program, of course, I prefer something like Adobe Premiere, which you can get a free trial for. So you could sign up for that before the film race, get acquainted with it. It's a lot of fun. As far as the process goes, it's great to just kind of throw all that footage onto one timeline, a big old mess of things. You comb through it. Sometimes even ask a director or someone on set to give you what their favorite moments are, their selects, or that moment where the actor, I don't know, smacked their lips the way they did, or blinked a certain way, gave a 10-yard stare, or a great performance. If they give you those feedback, and even if you ask for that beforehand, that'll make this process of finding those selects, those golden moments, all the more easier to navigate through. Because once you have those selects, that's when you're essentially starting to edit. And going right into the edit, of course, it's always depending on time. And, you know, if you do have enough time coming into it as an editor, you want to at least go through the process so that you're not just decisive, but also you have peace of mind, which during a film race is a hard thing to find. And to that said, when you're going to make your edit, try to also refrain from actually watching your edit until you've actually like lined it all out, because you could waste a lot of time really admiring how well you put that one scene together. I've been there. And then before you know it, it's already midnight and you're like, oh man, I still got 19 more scenes to cut. So if you could withhold your, withstand from giving into that urge to watch it all until it's at least all one first cut. That'll save you time. And that'll also give you some time down the road when you refine it to stylize it a bit, give it that magic touch, because this is going to be the last chance you're going to get, along with the director watching it with you. This is going to essentially be the last time before this art piece or this comedy is going to be completed,
Yes.
and then the world sees it.
Wow.
And then I suppose the last thing, it's not a very specific resource. I'm sure everybody has heard of it. As an editor, even to this day, whenever I'm in a bind, I always go online and I'll Google, how do I solve this problem? How do I get around this? Or there's a technical issue. I'll Google something. I'll even YouTube something. YouTube is even, I prefer that over Google, because it'll actually show you on the screen the problem that you're having, as well as how to fix it. And then you'll be like, great, I never would have figured that out otherwise. But also don't be afraid to ask people, of course. It's just, you have a whole world full of knowledge at your fingertips. So don't be afraid to research. And then if you still can't figure it out, ask around. And yeah, I mean, I would say that those are the tips for that I thought of.
That, first of all, that is a lot of helpful information, and
that's like 48 hours worth of tips. So I think the challenge is over at this point.
Yeah. I mean,
I do accept. It's my master class for you. Accept Bitcoin.
There you go. Well, hey, let's. I accept Bitcoin too. So no, it's thank you, Matt. And I know you've given a lot of helpful info. And honestly, when you have questions, these technical questions about your projects, and you send them to me and I respond, many times this is Matt also weighing in on the back end. And he's been wildly helpful. And talking about being wildly helpful, and Matt, if you have any tips or helpful YouTube links or anything else, feel free to share those in the chat.
Sure.
But talking about helpful, before we have a special guest that's going to introduce our winners right from Performing Arts Studio West. The man, the myth, the Mr. Helpful, the casting director, the maestro, that is David Zimmerman.
Yay! Oh my God.
You're also a professional casting director, and people reach out all the time. What if somebody's like tuning in, where can people find talent? And can you talk about, finding talent within Performing Arts Studio West and your network? Meet the
gosh, there's so much talent here at Performing Arts Studio West. I mean, six of our wonderful performers just got cast in a film that's shooting this Friday. And I mean, we have over 100 performers here to be cast in. And the great thing about the Disability Film Challenge is, and we hear, the Disability Film Challenge. This is for all directors, all producers, all actors to come together to create. And for me, it's, an extended family. Performing arts, but you have Born to Act players, you have inclusion films, you have the whole internet, you have, any actor. It's great to bring all actors together. I know that last year, even Charlene Tilton said, hey, I'd love to do a film. So, you have people of all backgrounds and levels coming together to create. And they can reach out, Diana Elizabeth Jordan, for those Performing Arts Studio West actors and performers can connect with her and say, hey, I want to be a part of something if it's possible. And anybody out there listening to this who says, hey, do you have somebody who possibly fits this role? Feel free to contact me. At the same time, you can go out and research yourself, because they're right, LA, this world is full of creative and amazing people.
Well, thank you so much, David. You also brought up Diana Elizabeth Jordan, and she is our own Diane Elizabeth Jordan, and I say our own because she is just such an ally. She's won Best Actor for the Film Challenge. She's been nominated for Best Director, and she also teaches at Performing Arts Studio West. And we have a clip of her introducing our winning films. And then we're going to bring on Danny and Mark back to talk to our winners. We may actually bring them on to talk before the films play, because as always, we may be running out of time within our hour here. And so let's first bring on Diane Elizabeth Jordan.
Hello everyone, it's Diana Elizabeth Jordan, and I realized before I left this video, I wanted to share a brief visual description of myself. I am a Black disabled woman. I'm wearing a blue dress. I'm standing against the Easterseals Disability Film Challenge logo, which is the words Easterseals Disability Film Challenge surrounded by 2 orange laurels. Hello everyone, I'm Diana Elizabeth Jordan, actor, director, and producer. I'm so sorry I couldn't be there today. I want to start this with a quote. Don't be afraid of the space between your dreams and reality. You can dream it, you can do it. That quote is from Belva Davis, the first African-American television journalist on the West Coast. In 2014, my friend and our friend Nitna Vicky had a dream to create opportunities for disabled talent behind and in front of the camera. And so he launched what is now known as the Easterseals Disability Film Challenge. And because he chose to manifest his dreams, it has created opportunities for countless actors and filmmakers in the following years to manifest their dreams. And now you have an opportunity to be an actor, if you're a filmmaker, to manifest and make your dreams come true by signing up for the 2022 Easterseals Disability Film Challenge. Will it be easy? No. Will there be challenges? Yes. Will there be moments of frustration? Probably. But will the journey be worth it? I believe with all my heart that it will. And maybe you're saying to yourself, I don't know if I can make a film. I've never made a film before. Well, I'm sure Nick can talk to you about what you need to do and all you need. And all I'm going to say is, the truth is, you never know if you try. And I believe you can guarantee a no by not trying. Or face your fears, feel your fears. Take a deep breath and do it anyway. Do it if you're scared, do it if you don't know if you can. Just take that action and do it. Take an opportunity to manifest a dream you've had, or to continue to develop your skills as a filmmaker, as a writer, as an actor. Nick has created this amazing platform for artists with disabilities to do that and celebrate the diversity and intersectionality of our community. And now I'm proud to introduce 4 filmmakers who last year took an opportunity to manifest their dreams. I first want to mention Danny Bowman. We are not going to see her film, but I still want to acknowledge her win as Best Editor last year for her film Home Office. And now for the films we're going to see today. Winner of Best Film, Dwarf Psychosis, Emily Pascal Panchamola. Best Actor, Natalie Trevone, with the film Nene Two-Bomb, a Beth Awareness Campaign, and a Pac-Man for the film Social Fitness. Enjoy the film, and I cannot wait to see what each of you manifest for the Easterseals Disability Film Challenge 2022.
Wow. Thank you so much, Diana Elizabeth Jordan. It felt like she was here with us, and she always has that energy and that enthusiasm and that talent that brings us all in together. We are going to see the winning films. As I said, we've had so many great tips and advice and things to say, and so we're headed a little closer towards the end, the 12 o'clock stop time. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to bring the winners on first to talk. And so Danny and Mark will come back as judges to ask them questions, let everybody introduce themselves. But we're going to bring on Natalie Trevone from Nene Two-Bomb. We're going to bring on Anna Pac-Man from New York City, and that is the social fitness film that won the Best Awareness Campaign. We are also going to bring on Emily Pascal from Dorfopsychosis. And in terms of resources too, for when you're casting, again, if you're looking for talent and you're looking for those great actors with disabilities, one last time, a plug, Performing Arts Studio West, David Zimmerman, as well as Danny Woodburn and the ADA Lead On, the great work that he's doing and has done for years with the SAG-AFTRA Performers with Disabilities Committee. So the talent is out there, and don't ever let that be a reason for you to not make your film. So Danny and Mark, do you have any you want questions for our winners? And then we're going to see those films after. Thank you all so much.
I'll start if that's okay. A general question for everybody is, I think it would be beneficial for the listeners, viewers, observers today to hear a little bit about your process of getting through those 48 hours and getting it done.
Hey, this is Anna. I can start. Just a quick visual description. I am a very pale woman with curly brown hair and a fluffy pink sweater. And so my film, Social Fitness, we produced it completely virtually. So all of the actors, and there were 10 actors in the film, did self-tapes from home. We had an editor who edited everything remotely, actually 2 editors. And it's funny because most, aside from, me knowing most of the people on the project before, most people had never even met in person before working on this film together.
Hey, Emily, I think you're on mute.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if Anna was done because I'm here and hiding in the car.
Yeah, I think you're in second gear.
Emily, I'm a white woman with with brown hair, tan beanie, and glasses. When it comes to process, I think this year we did things a little differently for Dorfopsychosis. It was the first year that Pancho and I worked with other people, and we had a wonderful couple, Maria and Steven, who we worked with. And Steven and Pancho, really, there was no script. There was an outline of beats and where we wanted the story to go, but they spent a lot of time the first day and a half creating the characters, the world, the history, so that then once we got shooting, we could just kind of play. And we didn't try to edit in our heads while we were going along. We sort of just let it happen. And then Pancho and Maria worked to edit the story together, because I think we captured a lot of things we wouldn't have if we had planned a lot of it. So that was great.
I'm African American. I have short hair, and I'm wearing a black shirt. And our process was pretty similar to Emily and Pancho's. We didn't have like a script. We had an outline of points that we wanted to hit, but it was literally just me sitting down and like being goofy and like just having fun with it. And Marie was very open to that. Like she just wanted us to have a good time. And our film is fun in the way that like we made up all those raps and they're kind of silly anyways. So it was just like a fun time. Like we really had the mindset of let's just make something fun and whatever comes out of it comes out of it.
And I have a question for you all. This is Mark. What did you find to be the biggest unexpected challenge, and how did you go about solving that problem through the course of the weekend?
I'm trying to think. I think our biggest challenge was keeping my animals from barking. I think that was really it. We didn't have a lot of challenges because we went into it just with no expectations and just to have fun, but shooting at our house, and we have 4 cats and 3 dogs. We decided just let them run through the scenes and let them make noise, and we'll just work with it, you know, as it goes along instead of controlling the situation. If we had had more time.
Yeah, this is Natalie. I don't think we had any major challenges. Marie can probably speak more to that, maybe just trying to get everything edited on time. But as far as actual filming day, it ran pretty smoothly.
Yeah, and this is Anna. So we also didn't have any major challenges that I can remember. I think the biggest challenge and the biggest learning is if you have very white people, don't let them stand in front of a white wall when filming if you're trying to do a green screen effect. That was something we learned. So that there was one scene we definitely had to reshoot because someone on the team did that. And I think that's kind of that was the challenge too. And, you know, it's just like kudos to the amazing editors who worked on this film, because, you know, as you can imagine, getting 10 people's worth of footage and then editing that in the time that we were given is definitely a superhero achievement. And the one recommendation I have to people, so my team says, my superpower is the power of the spreadsheet. So I think just being very organized helps.
I'm just curious, like from a technical standpoint, you know, I'm sure a lot of people are like worried, what do I shoot this on? What do I use? You know, what do I use for sound? So can you just sort of relay a little bit about your tech? Like, you know, did you do it on an iPhone? Did you have a camera and a separate sound system to capture this audio? How did you do that?
For us, we actually just used our iPhones. I did have some Rode Go lavaliers, but we ended up not even using them. And we did luck out that our living room has really good natural lighting. So we didn't even need to do a lot when it came to lighting. But when we just shot a proof of concept of dwarfopsychosis, and we made the decision to shoot it on the brand new iPhones. We used the lavs and a boom mic, but did it all through our phones so we could easily do pickups and be in control of that. But the technology makes it so you can just do anything yourself. There's no reason not to just write something and shoot it at this point.
Yeah, for us, it was a mix because the actors all did self tapes. It just depended on, you know, who felt comfortable with what equipment. Most of it was shot on various phones. I think Maysoon has like a 1990s point and shoot camera she shot it on from the looks of it. But, you know, again, our editors made it all work.
Yeah, I was lucky that Marie is a line producer, so she brought in all her friends. So we had like an actual cinematographer on the set with us. But yeah, so we just got really lucky. They were able to work that day. He actually just came from a music video and like was able to just work with us on Nene Two Bombs. So we just kind of lucked out with that.
Wow.
And I'm curious to know what sort of what was the most helpful thing that you all did pre-shooting day? Like what sort of prep did you go into so that when April 5th comes for these contestants that they're ready to go? What was the most helpful piece?
Yeah, I can take that first, this is Anna. Definitely spreadsheet, you know, just organizing kind of, you know, who would be doing what, timing out the full production schedule in advance, and also having, meetings just, especially because we hadn't all met each other, just to kind of see what the chemistry was between people, to help with the casting process. And actually we did, unlike the other two, we did have a pretty kind of set script. So we had a writer's room process for that once April 5th or whatever date it was last year rolled around.
Oh, well, Marie and I kind of just brainstormed together over the phone, and just kind of tried to talk about like what we wanted to do. We had a whole different idea at first, but then when she told me that she had a recording studio in her house because her husband is an audio engineer, that just kind of changed the game. Like, I love music, and so I brought in my friend Jeremy, who's also blind, and he produces. And that first day that it started, Jeremy and I got together and just kind of went crazy with playing with different lyrics and music, and like was cracking up my whole family. They were like, what is this for? We're like, you're wait and see, like we got something here. So it was a lot of brainstorming and just kind of going with the flow, I think. But we all really gelled together. Like, I actually hadn't met Marie in person before then, but it just kind of came together in a way that we were able just to be like, okay, let's have fun. And I think because we had that mindset of having fun, everything just kind of fell in place.
Ours was similar. I would say that we really just focused on, like, the guys went and started doing their character work, and Maria and I were more the focus of like kind of a shot list, but mostly the goals of the story so that we could reach those things. The focus was, let's create this as if it was a cold opening for a TV show, which gave us the mindset of, okay, a beginning, middle, and end. Also, like, we're going to end with this birthday party, this reveal. What beats do we need to get to that, so that they have the freedom to play, but we can kind of give a little bit of direction.
Well, that is awesome. Now, I want to let you all know that you can see all of these winning films as well as all of our past challenges. If you go to disabilityfilmchallenge.com, you hit the challenge tab. Previous challenges is going to show you what some of those past assignments looked like. And you're going to be able to see our past winning films, including these unbelievable films, which the three of you have screened at festivals all over the world now at this point, as well as Danny Bowman, who won Best Editor, who's not with us today. In a moment, we are going to actually share all three of these winning films. And so we're going to actually have them on screen. So you're going to be able to watch them right here with captions built in. Typically, we would have these films play before we do our Q&A so that you're able to kind of see the films and then hear from everybody. But, we're good talkers. Danny, Mark, I gotta take some of the blame myself. I go a little long. Danny and Mark are looking at me like, wait a minute, did Nick go over his time? Yeah, I did, and I apologize. I take that, but it was actually the first time we've ever done this where we've gotten a chance to hear from everybody before we see the films. And so I think that this is actually going to show us a whole new lens of what these amazing talents went through when they made their film, and now you heard from them, and you're going to be able to see more of them. I want to encourage you all to follow these talented people on social media: Natalie Trevone, Anna Packman, Emily Pascal, Pancho Moeller, as well as these amazing judges, Danny Woodburn, Mark Povinelli, all their social media channels. Danny also plugged his ADA Lead On, which is a great resource for you to find your talent and to get involved with programs they do. As well as I encourage you all to support Performing Arts Studio West. They put on great plays, workshops, events, and they've been doing it for years, and they continue to do it. So go on their website and see their events calendar. Also, make sure to check out all the great workshops that David Zimmerman and Meet the Biz does throughout the year to truly champion people with disabilities. So I put the website to disabilityfilmchallenge.com. If anybody has questions, you can ask those in the chat. I'm going to stay on because we're about to screen these 3 winning films and we're going to go full screen. So I want to give a big thank you and a shout out and love to Hope for interpreting, to David Zimmerman, to Meet the Biz, to all this family that is the disability community that does things together, that helps us. Let's all throw those hands up in the air. I love you all. I appreciate you. I'm staying on. If you have questions, some of our winners may be able to stay on, some can't, but I'll be able to relay any questions you have for them or for anybody else. So we can talk through the chat, and also you can email me and reach out anytime. So thank you so much to our judges, to our special guests, and to Performing Arts Studio West for being such an amazing ally in disability inclusion. I can't wait to see all your amazing superhero films. But first, let's watch those winners from 2021.
Happy birthday to you. Make a wish.
Hey, what's up? We're the Bianco brothers. We're fraternal twins.
Yep. I'm Peter.
I'm Pat.
And I know we're fraternal, but it's really hard to tell us apart. We're like
not
identical. Really. But yeah, and we love to do everything together, travel, date, and we happen to be little people. Really proud of that. So,
yeah.
But yeah, traveling, dating.
Why don't you go get those pictures, buddy?
Oh, from the last trip?
Yeah.
Is that okay? I'm gonna go, where are they? Over?
Yeah, Grandma sends us everywhere.
Where are they? Over on the counter?
Yeah,
over there?
go get them on the counter. Yeah, so Grandma sends us. Anyways, he's not a little person. He thinks he is.
I can't reach him.
Use the stool.
Oh, dude, don't show that one, man.
Oh, this is fun. We went to the Bahamas. We got really drunk. That was fun.
That was a really good time.
This is us when we went to Disney World.
Oh, yeah. So we wear these hats so we can spot each other in large crowds. It makes it a lot easier. This was a good trip, but they wouldn't let us go on Splash Mountain.
They let you go.
Show them the Grand Canyon.
Okay. This is epic.
How epic is that pic? Right?
Really great.
We're staring off
Can you
into
tell
the
the
abyss.
difference from behind? No, I can't.
Well,
So what would you say are some of your biggest differences?
I'll let him answer this one.
Oh, well, tattoos, right?
Yeah.
I'm terrified of needles, but
he's a wuss.
Pat's a tougher guy than I am. I always have to have socks on, even if it's so hot. Pat never wears socks. This is a toy from when we were kids that I hold on to everything. You know, it's I'm not really sure why you guys are here today. I'm not sure if it's to document, little people, but it's been really hard. Because I love my brother so much and I look up to him, even though he's only 2 minutes older. He's the tough one. We get made fun of a lot and people know we're different, so they call it out. But I hope he knows how much I love him and how much I look up to him. And I've always wanted to be like him.
So right about now, it's Grandma's bathing hour. It's Pete's job. Yeah, we live with our grandma. Anyways, the real reason I had you guys come here today is because today is the day that I'm going to reveal the truth to my brother. I told myself no matter where we are in life, that on our 40th birthday, I'm going to tell him the truth. I mean, he's been in denial all these years. It's gotten to be a little too much. It's embarrassing. You know you don't need a stool, right?
Shut up, bro. You don't need a stool.
Maybe it's because we share the same dwarf gene. I have no idea. But I just want him to be normal. Oh. And if you listen really carefully, you can hear him singing Grandma her favorite song. She loves Pitbull. Oh, thanks, man. I got you a gift.
Dude, you said we weren't doing gifts
I know,
this year.
just open it.
Come on, man.
Open it.
Is this a gift certificate to the Wiz? Because nobody beats the
No,
Wiz.
just open it. You're gonna love it.
What is this? Peter Bianco, you are not a little person. Doctor. What is this? Is this like a joke or something? What?
Let that sink in.
Wait, doctor? Did you do... This is your hand... Did you do this?
Yes, I did.
Why?
Because you need to realize the truth, brother. Listen, we're twin brothers, and I love you to death, more than anything. But you are not a little person, all right?
Don't say that.
No, you're not a little person.
Don't say that, man.
I'm not. Listen, I'm just being honest with you. I know I'm being honest with you. Look at my arms. Look at my arms. Look at your arms. Look at your legs.
What are you talking about? We're brothers. I'm a little person.
Listen, it's okay. It's not about what's out here. It's about what's in there. And you're going to be accepted no matter what.
I will?
Yeah.
So I am a little person. This is just a joke.
If you lived 100 years, you'd be singing the same old tune. That life can be a monster, but there's still something wrong with you.
Hey bro, did you see the 3-stepper stool? I want to put the dishes away and I can't reach the top.
Chardonnay Royal Banks is easily the biggest star of her generation. Over 1 million followers on social media, a fashion icon with endorsements for Prada, Gucci, and Versace, sold out shows at arenas, and 3 platinum records. She's just getting started. So who is this young starlet currently being referred to as the princess of hip hop? She's none other than Nene 2Bomb.
What's up, Nene Nation? Thank you for all y'all love and support. I'm so excited. Thank you for going out and copping that. That's my man. And I want to give y'all a little sneak peek of my new song coming up, so stay tuned. Uno, dos, tres. Bad shoes in a brand name dress. Always first, never play second best. No sight, but I never look a mess.
She contributes her success to her prolific lyrics and beats that she writes all on her own. Get it, girl?
Shake it to the left. Gon' shake it to the right. All the girls on the floor. Little booties, unite. Little booties are in. Don't listen to what they say. You know we gotta speak out or else they'll never be changed. And long hair, little butt, cute face. Soft skin, so sweet you wanna taste.
As you can see, Nene is a true legend in the making. But how did the princess of hip hop come to be this huge star? And when did she know that her life was about to change forever?
Yeah, so the way I got into hip hop is that me and my best friend Keena decided to start a hip hop group called the Pop Off Girls. And we really started it because it's like, if you disrespect us, you can get popped. And so Keena basically got a full scholarship to Spelman, go girl. And I ended up going solo and I got invited to this like industry party. And they had like this open mic thing going on and they was like, get on stage. So I was like, okay, I got this. So I got up on stage and just went crazy. I was just flowing, okay? And then TDE ended up hitting me up later, like, come through the studio. And I mean, like, the rest is history. I'm about Rick Ross, since I go off. All these dudes is lame, you know they all talk. I threw it back, he couldn't catch it. I'm about to learn them this is lesson. And to know me is a blessing. Baddest in the room, walk in, no question. And I'm blind and fine. Got my white cane on their necks, they couldn't touch me if they tried. That's my man, girl, that's me. That's my man, like what you mean? That's my man, girl, that's me. That's my man, like what you mean? I mean, that wig is synthetic. I mean, you look so pathetic. Said what I said, don't regret it. You wanna fight, then let's get it.
Yo, that's the vibe right there.
Yeah, so just growing up as a woman of color, you know, especially in the Black and Latino community, we tend to be a little bit curvier, you know? So my little cousins and best friends was waking up like, surprise, Sade! And they had like a little extra in the back. And then I was waking up and was like, well, where is mine? Like, I didn't see one. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I can get some butt implants or some butt shots. But I was like, no, I'm not about to subscribe to society's toxic standards. Like, So I started like these support groups and these rallies to empower women to fight against what they tell us is beautiful. Like, no, you don't have to do that because y'all gonna get this little booty and y'all gonna like it. Be you, be loud, and be proud because they can't hold us back, okay?
The sky is the limit for this young star, and we can't wait to see what she does next. Yes, go off, sis.
Good evening. I'm Harriet Hattington. Tonight we go behind the scenes of a new type of fitness trend, the fitness it takes to socialize with other humans. Our new Discoveries correspondent, Daphne Diaz, brings us more on this story.
I'm going to take you inside a special class that's helping local residents adjust to life after the end of the COVID-19 pandemic.
So, class, we've already talked about the sourdough thing.
It says BYOB on that sign right there. What do you mean I can't bring my own bread? I want to talk to the manager.
How to navigate without social distancing arrows and proper office etiquette. Now, on to today's lesson, meeting new people. Let's just say I found it very easy to adjust to the new normal, but some people, they struggle.
With everything being on Zoom, it's all business up top and easy breezy down below. Cat pants.
Your cat is not your pants. Put some bottoms on your bottom, Jen.
One leg at a time.
Do you feel that your approach may be a little harsh?
It is time for us to rip the Band-Aid of comfort off the hairy back of complacency. Now we're going to practice greetings.
Are you a good teacher?
Jen, I am not your pet. Moving on. Olivia, go ahead and shake Karen's hand.
I'm sorry. I can't. I haven't touched anyone in a year. Mimi means well and knows what's important to me, but I don't have to touch anyone to get pregnant. I got my baby in the sperm piggy bank right here.
Last week, I gave you a homework assignment. Would anyone like to share?
I remember to unmute myself.
You can just talk. We aren't on Zoom.
I do everything on Zoom. I got married on Zoom. We had a Zoom wedding.
Do you, Andy, take Divya to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold?
I do.
Oh, here we go.
At least I think I did.
Has anyone actually done this week's assignment? All you had to do was meet one real person in real life.
I already did.
Oh, thank our Lord and Savior, Dolly Parton. How'd it go?
So should we?
We're both vaccinated.
I'm sorry, I gotta go.
Oh, what's...
It's just your face. It's just, the mystery's gone.
So let me get this straight. This was your first date.
No, we've been social distance dating for 6 months.
Am I a trained therapist? No. Did I flunk out of the police academy? Maybe. But there's no question. My approach works.
What a marvelous report. Such bravery it takes to as much as utter a breath in the presence of another. This class is such an inspiration.
What about you? How did you readjust?
I've really never liked people anyway.
we'll be signing on out. Thank you again, Chris. Oh my God, the technical wizard, and
Thank you,
everybody
Chris.
who joined.
David.
And
Thank you, Nick.
Nick.
You're the best.
Thanks,
Good job,
everybody.
everybody.
Bye.
International Women's Day.
Bye.
David.